This is Mathematics 2020 Paper 1, 2020 GCE Paper 1. And the first question says, simplify. Simplify. That's the first question. Simplify 2a plus, open brackets, b minus a close minus 2b. This is the question. So what you do once, just see that it's simplify. So you will say 2a plus 1 times b. It's what? B. Positive times negative. What do you get? You get a negative. 1 times a. It's a. Minus 2b. Like this. The next thing you do, you group what? The like terms. So you say 2a, you check which other one has got a. So it's this one. It will come the way it is with a sign. So minus a plus b minus 2b. So 2a minus a, what do you get? You get a. It's more like you are subtracting 2 minus 1 because the coefficient of a is 1. So you remain with what? A. And then here, positive b minus 2b. So you are subtracting, it's more like positive 1 minus 2. You subtract and you get the sign of the bigger number. So the bigger number, it's negative 2b. So it's minus 1 minus 2, which is negative 1. So you subtract and you get the sign of the bigger number. So the bigger number between b and negative 2b. So it's negative 2b. So you subtract. So it's more like 1 minus 2, which is negative. So here, what do you write? B. You end there. So we come to question 2. Question 2 says evaluate. Says what? Evaluate. 64, open brackets, 64 over 125, close, negative 1 over 3. Once you observe that the question you have been given, there is a negative, and the topic is what? Indices. So the rule says, before you start solving, you have to change the numbers. Once you change the numbers, it means this negative will go. So you do like this. 125 will go where? Up. This 64 will come where? Down, like that. And 1 over what? 3. Next thing, you introduce the square roots. This 3, you put it here. 125 over 64. Then you ask yourself, which number can I multiply 3 times to get 125? And you discover, or you find out that it's what? 5. If you multiply 5, how many times? 3. You get what? 125. So that number is what? 5 over. Which number can you multiply 3 times to get 64? And you find out that number, when you multiply it 3 times, you have to get what? 64. So that number is 4. So when you multiply 4 3 times, you get what? 64. So the answer there is 4. Now, since it's evaluate, you can't leave your answer like this. So how many times can 4 go into 5? It goes 1. Remember what? 1 over 4. This is where you end. We are now on question 3. And question 3 says, factorize completely. 6ax minus 4ay minus 3bx plus 2by. Factorize completely. So once you are factorizing completely, you have to put things in mind. The first thing you do, you check out the numbers. So which number which can go in 6 and also in 4? What number is that? It's 2. You know that 2 can go into 6 and also in 4. Yes. So you write 2. What else? What can you see which is common among these two? It's A. You write A. Open. What has remained? Now, before you finish, you have to say, how many times can 2 go into 6? It goes 3 times. Which letter which has remained here? It's X. Minus. How many times can 2 go into 4? It goes 2 times. Now, what has remained? It's Y. You close. Minus, which is this side. Now, what is common between these two? If you check here. What is common? What is common? It's B. You write B. What has remained? 3x. Negative times positive. What do you get? You get a negative. And what has remained also here? The same 2y. The secret of factorizing completely, these, they have to be the same. If you find a negative there, also there has to be a negative. If you find a positive, also there has to be a positive. And the numbers, they have to be the same. Like you can see here, they are the same. And then the last step, you get the one which are outside. So you say open 2a minus what? B. Like this. Again, you just get one of these because they are the same, which is 3x minus 2y close. So this is your answer here. Now we go to question 4. Question 4 says, use set notation to describe the shaded region in the diagram below. This is the diagram. You have been told to describe this set. So how do you describe this set? You can see, this is P, Q, R. And where they have shaded, it's the intersection of Q and what? R. So where they didn't shade this one, they didn't touch anything. So you say P complement intersection open. You check. You say Q intersection. This is the intersection where they meet for Q and R. Intersection what? R. Intersection R. So this is how you describe this question. Thank you for following. I hope you have enjoyed.